Welcome to the HR Happy Hour work break. Once again, I have left my microphone up to the side. You're here with Trish and Steve. Hey, Steve Bose.
Hey, Trish McFarland. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. It's been a super day. Busy. I feel like I've been talking into a microphone a lot today, quite frankly.
Oh my goodness. So we recorded 2 different HR Happy Hour podcast episodes, which are going to one tomorrow, one like a week from now, I think, something like that. It's a big day. I just did a presentation for my friends at JobVite with Madeline Lorano, our good friends. So it's been a big day, talking all day.
Yeah, and I did an Alexa show as well today, which is only a couple of minutes long, but I did do that too. So yeah, now we're doing this show. So yeah, it's been a big day, but big day, Trish. We remiss if we didn't at least talk briefly about what's going on in our country here today. Huge day, big inauguration kind of thing. And I just thought, what would be a couple of things, right? I think for the folks who the HR folks who listen to this, the workplace people, I mean, off the top of my head, Trish, I had like 3 things that came to mind to just be thinking about, not political things, but just HR workplace issues. One could be, I think there's going to be a push this year or in the ensuing years for a $15 per hour national minimum wage. I think that will happen.
I agree with you.
Whether or not that will pass, I don't know. The minimum wage at the federal level hasn't been changed in like over 15 years, I think. Right. The new Secretary of Labor, Trish, is, once he's confirmed, is the mayor of Boston. His name's Marty Walsh.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
And he's an active union member. He was a union person before he became the mayor. And it's kind of the first time that position, if he's confirmed, which he's likely to be, will be an active union member, which the general thing is, right, this administration is going to be much more pro-union, right, than probably the past one. And then the last one I thought was kind of interesting is, I just read this today, there's likely to be new OSHA regulations passed because the prior administration never passed any COVID-19 workplace regulations. They just issued guidance, but it wasn't regulation. So you didn't really, you only had to, it was kind of reasonableness and feasibility was in there. And I'm not an employment lawyer, obviously. It's quite likely we're going to see some more actual regulations for workplaces for returning people safe to work and keeping people safe at work. So those are 3 things I thought about. Like, I think anytime there's a change in administration, it's kind of a huge deal, right, for HR and workplaces.
It is. And, it's just huge in general. And regardless of what side of the aisle you fall on, or if you're right down the middle, right? It's a big day. It's a big day for our country. It's a day to be proud of our country. What did you think of the actual? Did you watch it?
Only a little, because we were so kind of busy today. Here and there, I caught a little bit of it. At lunchtime, I turned it on and watched a little bit of the highlights. And I think the part I saw the most of actually was a little bit later in the day. Was when the former presidents were at the Arlington National Cemetery, and they did a wreath laying at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier, which is, it's really touching and kind of emotional and really cool. And it's honestly, again, I don't care who you vote for, who you like, what side you're on. I think it's cool. It was cool to see, Obama there with George Bush was there, their wives, and Clinton was there. Like, that part's really cool to me. So, and poor Jimmy Carter couldn't be there, they said, because he's quite old now and he's got some health issues. He was not able to travel. So.
Oh, okay. I was curious about that. So you're right. I sort of love this idea that, they're competitors, of course, throughout their political careers. And then like, once you're president, like that's so prestigious and it's such a small club, right?
Right.
People who've done it, but they all kind of wind up being like friendly or even friends, right? So, the Clintons and the Bushes are actual like friends, like hanging out friends, right?
Yeah, it's that shared experience thing, right? And it doesn't really matter what the experience is, but when you go through a shared experience with a relatively small number of folks, right? There's that connection you have and that bond, right? Like it's like, it reminds me of like project teams, right? You're going to do a big software implementation project. Everybody's on the team and, you make hats and mugs and shirts and, everybody goes through it together.
It's like a sorority. You know what else I thought was really, I want to say kudos. If you haven't watched it, please go out and watch it. I wondered how they would handle how many people were there. Would it, because that's such a big deal. Usually there are people, a sea of people, right? Yeah. And you couldn't do that. They actually had a good number of people there, more than I thought they would.
I didn't really see any of that part of it, so I don't know who was even really there.
Go back and look. It's really cool. But what they did is, looking out toward the Washington Monument, and where there would normally be a sea of people, they put American flags.
I did see that. That was pretty cool.
It was so gorgeous. And I just, that's representing us, right? And so I thought they did a really nice job. Whoever created that image, if whether you're a Lady Gaga fan or not, she came out and sang, and it was just J-Lo also sang, did a great job. But oh my gosh, Lady Gaga.
Did Lady Gaga do that famous one from the movie, In the Shallow, Shallow? Did she do that one? That's a good one.
I didn't know we were going to get to hear you sing today, Steve Bose.
I got to tell you, that's probably the only Lady Gaga song I could sing. The fact
that you just did. No, it was really good. I felt it was a very modern inauguration, right? And very appropriate. So yeah, they did a great job. It was really, really good. And we'd be remiss if we did not mention that we now have a female vice president, right?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Someone asked earlier today if I thought that now that we have, a female in that role.
I'm trying to dodge the sun. I'm sorry. That's why I'm moving around. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. It's not even, it's barely there. Okay. No, but whether or not we feel like that might change the makeup of C-suites and more women leaders and things like that. And I said, I hope so, because we've got a long way to go when it comes to that.
I don't have that data in front of me, but it's probably easy to find if you talk, say, Fortune 500, right, which is kind of the benchmark for large organizations that everybody likes to look at, the percentage of women CEOs at the Fortune 500 is just shockingly low. And I'm guessing it may be under 10%. And in fact, I'm almost certain it's under 10% still. It's really, really, really low. And then sort of, down the chain. And there's a lot of really interesting research about women in advancing in the workplace. And it's pretty widely read, though. They call it that the rung of the ladder, that first promotion. Mm-hmm. That's where most organizations hire plenty of women, right, in most roles, but when it's time to make that first leap into a managerial or more senior position, for various reasons that we don't have time to try to dig into right now, the percentages begin to skew immediately. And then, of course, right, each successive step gets harder and harder the fewer that make that first step.
Absolutely. You know what? It reminds me when I was having my children, I was older. I was 33 when they were born. And Whoa. So, and it was right after I turned 33. So when I was 32, I was working at PricewaterhouseCoopers and was up for manager. So it was right at that key time. And here I am pregnant. And I'm thinking, I'm not going to get it, right? I'm not going to get it. They're not going to give it to me because I'm going to want some reduced work. I'm going to want to be at home with the babies some because I was having two of them and the whole thing. And I will tell you, I not only did I not need to worry, they actually promoted me to manager while I was pregnant.
Wow.
Which I was amazed. And it really sends a message for your whole career. It really set the tone for me. So I'm so grateful they did that. And I didn't even have to worry. It just showed me then, when I came back to work, I worked a 70% schedule at first. And again, we're talking, 2003, that was still pretty rare. I worked from home one day a week, which for HR was rare. So, I know some other companies are obviously really progressive, but I can say PwC was extremely progressive with us back then, and also was one of the first to have paternity leave. So yeah, I think that organizations who do it, make those moves and try and keep women in the workplace and put them into leadership positions and nurture them, they're the ones that actually are doing the best.
Yeah, really. Absolutely. No, it's a really big day, a good day. And Trish, I have something I want to share. I meant to do this yesterday and didn't get to it because it's a big thing for me in my life, Trish. I got a new pair of running shoes.
What are those?
I got them road tested yesterday. These are Hoka, Hoka.
Hoka. You have shoes I've never even heard of.
Hoka 1-1. They're really well known in the running shoe game. They're a newer company. I just got these. They're gigantic. They're
we can tell
wide. They're super long. I only used them once. My time improved. My 5K time improved about a minute. Right. So that's all right. I'll take that. So shout out. I'm super impressed. I know we do a lot of these product setups on the show for things we like. Hoka 1-1. Check them out.
So changing shoes really does improve your running time?
Look, I didn't control for every other variable, right, from the prior run. So I don't know. I mean, I ran faster.
But you felt so maybe there was comfort involved.
They were lighter. They're a little more stable. They're wider. These were probably about $140 maybe. So not the cheapest shoe,
right
but certainly not the most expensive. Yeah,
that's a lot of what other running shoes cost.
Love them. Invest in yourself, people, and shout out to Haka for their 1-1s. Plus, they got a good like color scheme, which I like too.
Yeah,
there you go. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Did not run today though. We were a little too busy, but I'll get out there tomorrow and report back.
Well, I'll tell you what. Thanks for taking a work break with me. You should actually go run right now. I'm gonna go get back to work, and then I'm gonna watch Bridgerton. We'll talk that tomorrow.
Okay, I don't know what that is, but okay.
Do you have Netflix?
I do.
All right, I'm going to give you an assignment. Go watch the first episode of Bridgerton.
Homework. Okay, I'll try to do that.
Talk tomorrow. The whole world is talking about Bridgerton. I'll tell you what, my son even watches it with us.
All right.
So it's good. All right, thanks everyone for watching. As always, happy Inauguration Day. Send us any tweets, messages, anything that you're thinking about for us to be thinking about, and we will catch you back here tomorrow.